Dexy, I know you're gonna kill this shit.
Yo, people, we telling me back again for another footy talk season done, or Premier League season done. Lewis, what you telling me?
Yeah, thank God it's done, man. Thank God. Just leave it at this and we just keep it stepping. Big up, bro. I hope you're good. I hope you've had a good weekend. And I know you're even happier than I am that this season's over.
Hey, brother, I've never been more excited about the end of a season, bro. Like, I'm glad it's over, bro. Like, it was an absolute disaster, innit? So it's just one of them ones where, yeah, man, I'm gonna enjoy not having to watch United play. That's for sure. Anyway, bro.
I hear that. For us, like, it's actually feels like it's ending on a bit of a cliffhanger with us because we're actually playing pretty well. We've got the form back on track. We've only lost like one in our last 7 or 8 games. We had a very good performance away at Nottingham Forest, a ground that a lot of teams have failed to win at. And like we're starting to look a little bit better defensively as well. I keep saying I have this theory that like I feel like a lot of teams struggle when they change to possession-based football in their first season. And then you end up seeing like lack of ruthlessness and like slow, lethargic periods of play. And we're not seeing that as much now. Or if we are, it's just more individual problems as opposed to like a structural problem. So it feels like we're starting to understand the style of play a little bit more. Obviously, like the Club World Cup and the start of next season will only confirm that. But I feel like we've ended this campaign on the right foot. The defenders are all starting to look a lot better. I'm seeing form out of Robert Sanchez. I never thought I'd say that, but he's turned up for this run-in as well. The midfield, it goes without saying, we already know. It's only just the forward line. If we could sort out the forward line, everything else I'm seeing like visual improvement throughout the season on just by themselves. So I'm a bit optimistic for next season. I'll be so real. I'm a bit optimistic. And it's not just the PSG argument. Man City in their first season had the same thing. Sarri first season with Napoli, first season with Chelsea. We only really started cooking towards the end of our first season with Sarri. Who else? There was one or two examples. I can't remember for the life of me. But I've seen it happen to a lot of teams when they change to possession-based football. It always seems to happen in the first campaign.
No, I hear that. To be fair, like you could argue that United are trying to change to possession-based football as well. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, we just don't have the players. So I hear it. It's not an easy transition. It's not an easy transition. But I would say, when you needed to win the games, you won them, innit? And your running was very difficult towards the end. I didn't see you picking up as many points as you picked up. So, I mean, that's got to mean something.
Really, it really does. That's why I'm so happy that we're able to get this. A lot of us, even myself, after we drew to Ipswich, we looked at the running and we just thought, I don't know if we're doing it. We got too many like dumb mistakes at the back and we're not clinical enough at the front. I just feel like it's too much. And then what do we end up doing? We end up solidifying the defense. I didn't even think that would be the part that saved us. I thought someone would just save us in the attack. Nah, Levi Colwill just decided to come of age. Chalobah just decided to become the Chalobah of old, and Tosin was phenomenal against Nottingham Forest and against teams with more aerial threat in general. Robert Sanchez, my only problem with him now is him playing long all the time, but that's clearly something the manager either wants or enables, because it's been a problem all season. So I can't really judge him off that no more. I can just judge him off the cross-claiming improving and the shot-stopping still being good. So fair play. Sanchez is in form now, so I'll give him the credit for that. I've been against him for a lot of the season, but you've turned up for the running. And that, if anything, has been what's seen us through. Just the fact that we're able to like close games out, we're able to have the tight 1-0 games that we haven't been able to have for the last 2 or 3 years. And I get that's structural. That's the manager. Because we weren't this good defensively last season. We had the worst defensive record in our Premier League history. This season, we've ended with the 3rd best in the league. With the centre-backs and the goalkeeper that we've ended with the 3rd best in the league. So my whole thing is just get me some.
It's got to be structural, man. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to give him credit for that, for sure. Then.
Yeah, and like I just hope now we have UCL football, we actually have the window that we're expecting to have, because we're only a couple signings away from talking about being in a title race, and I don't want to be doing top 4 race next season. We've got there now. It's over. It's done. I don't want to be here again. Now it's about
what are you saying about the Delap stuff? Now it's come back up saying that he's a realistic option for you guys again after it went quiet, and he was more linked with us.
It seems like I'm hearing more about Ekatike over the last couple of days.
As well,
we're hearing like the 84 million transfer fee and everything coming up, and I'm just thinking, no, don't. Like, he looks like a decent player and all that. I can smell the Bundesliga tax from here. And I don't need that. He could be a good player in a couple years' time, but it just seems like another project that's too far away for me right now. If you're trying to get me somebody that's an improvement on Jackson, I want somebody that's a little bit more ready. Like, at least with Delap, I can say he's got a year in the Premier League. He's physical. You can't really bully him like that. I feel like Ekatike can be bullied. So, nah, not really too keen on that. Sesko's the only other name that we've been linked with. And
now they're saying you want 2 new strikers. Like, can you confirm that? I don't know about that, bro.
I think one of our aggregators said that on his private account, but that's the first and only time I've heard that. Just double checking. Yeah, barely anything on there. I've barely heard anything about 2 strikers. I think
Yeah,
the
Newcastle
idea
want a
would be
backup.
more
Callum
like
Wilson
João
is leaving.
Pedro.
Yeah, you've
I
been
think the
linked with
idea
him
would be
as well.
João Pedro and another striker, but I don't think we'd be looking at João Pedro as a
As
striker.
a striker, he'll be someone that can play up front.
Yeah,
But you
I
need a
think the
replacement
idea
for
would be
Mudryk,
more.
innit?
What was that?
You need a replacement for Mudryk.
Yeah, or for João Felix, because I think the
Mm.
idea would be we boot out Felix and then we bring in João Pedro. And if that's the case, I don't mind. Like, he's going to have a higher ceiling. He plays the same positions that we'd have João Felix playing, and he actually is creative. He can actually link up
And
with
also
players. Felix is
Nkunku as
selfish
well. I
as hell.
forgot he's probably going to leave as well. So yeah, you could do. Yeah, so I'd say you're looking for 2 attackers, not 2 strikers.
Yeah, 2 attackers. That'd
Same
be
with
more
us.
accurate.
I think we're looking for 2 more because we got Cunha already. So yeah, but this window is going to be exciting. I can't lie. When you look, saying City are now been linked with Ryan Cherky, they've been linked with Eight Nori, they've been linked with Reinders, they've been linked with flipping Gibbs White. They've been linked with a few players. Chelsea are starting to be linked to players. Bro, it looks like a lot of teams have a lot of business to do. Like Liverpool have got Fleury and Verts pretty much wrapped up. Frimpong, they've been linked also with Kirkes as well. It looks like a lot of teams are going to be busy. Newcastle said they're not extending Wilson's contract, so they expect him to leave, and they'll be looking for a replacement for him. I can't see Delap going to Newcastle knowing that he's going to be back up to Isak. It makes no sense. I don't think Newcastle are even they're not in the conversation. He's not entertaining that bollocks. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, it would only make sense if they didn't get UCL and then Isak wanted to leave. Then you could at least bring him as a replacement. Now it don't really make a sense. I don't see why he'd sit on the bench. But yeah, because the window's opening early, I think everybody's taking full advantage of it. You got 10 days to actually try and get some quick business in, and like especially for the likes of Chelsea and Man City, we're going to try and do a lot of it early because we got the Club World Cup that's going to be in the middle of the start of the next one. So yeah, just like I don't want us to be wasteful, and I can't be asked for any long-term projects like that anymore. Like, to give me somebody that's I will allow somebody who's like very close to like hitting their ceiling, but bar that, get me somebody that's just ready now. Because like, if we want to do a title race, I can't be doing let's bring in this player and wait 3 years.
So you don't class Delap as that player that's ready now.
I think he's more like one of them that's close because he's at least had a season in the Prem. He's been a bit clinical for like playing at Ipswich, and he's got a decent record in the Prem. I think he's on 13 goals now. Yeah, so I'd say someone who's a little bit closer, for example. And also, it would afford a lower price tag as well, so it's a bit less risky. Ekatike is being rumored for 84 million. No.
Yeah, that's a joke.
No. Like, that should be the end of the conversation. So, like, for Delap, that's something that I could like understand a lot more.
Fizz. You know what I'm saying? Well,
I'm Mateta, like, I haven't heard his name linked with anyone. I think he's got a year or 2 left in his contract.
Just us.
You guys.
We got linked to Mateta.
Damn.
We got linked to Mateta a couple months ago. United had definitely made an inquiry about him to see if he'd be interested in coming, but I don't know past that. Obviously, I had confirmation that they definitely reached out to him. And so that's it, really. Do you know what I mean? I would absolutely love it. If we can get Mbuemo and Mateta, hey, bro, with Cunha, yeah, I say that's a solid attacking window, mate. Do you know what I mean?
That's
and then
a
get
proper upgrade.
Yeah, then get me 2 midfielders and a goalkeeper, and we close the window, bro. 6 players, we go from there. I'll be more than happy with. I'll be more than happy with that. Do you know what I mean? But the fact that United want 3 attackers, and also the manager saying what I've been saying, you don't need a massive squad. We don't have European football. We don't have a lot of games to play. We can literally like cull this squad and get rid of like 10, 11 players easily, bro. Because they're saying that the first team squad is 31 players at the moment. Fuck that.
Yeah, you don't need that much.
You don't need more than 20, 21, I reckon. Even 20.
When we had Conte, like, because like the only team I've seen that didn't take advantage of like 1 game a week was when we had Poch in charge. But when it was Conte, it was like we had 18 players, and he barely even used all of that. We'd have the strict starting 11. You'd have 1 or 2 tweaks to the starting 11 every week, if that. same 3 or 4 players coming off the bench, and that was about it. He just made
Yeah,
do
bro,
with
you
that.
need 16 players really, and then
Yeah.
academy players. That's what you
Yep.
need. That's what you
You
need,
don't,
and
you
that's
don't
what
need
Pep
too
likes
much for
to
that
work with.
season.
Yeah, that's what Pep used to work with. Do you know what I'm saying? So that 16 players is perfect.
You have the right sort of window, you're straight back in the top 4 race, just like that.
I agree. Like if we get those 3 players, yeah, you can interchange Delap and Mateta, because even the fact that these men are talking about Premier League proven players, this is what I've been saying. The quickest way to get Man United back to where they belong is to just go out and buy Premier League players, Premier League proven players that are here right now, even if there's a slight premium on them. Pay the money, bro, because these men are guarantees, bro. When you sign from outside the Premier League, we're not really in a position that we can take risks. They said they're only going to sign outside the Premier if they're either world-class players or they're very, very exciting prospects like your Lenny Euros. Other than that, bro, listen, do business at home. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't believe that Mbuemo's going Newcastle over us. If we want Mbuemo, we get Mbuemo. Like, respectfully, yeah, like, bro, no. You get me? As much as
But
man
we're
say
saying United pulling that.
it's not just that, bro. It's not just the pull of the football club. It's everything. You know, like that. Like, you have to be real. Like, what the hell is these black ass want to go live in Newcastle for? Like, this is bro. Listen, even my man.
I was gonna say the nightlife, but he's a footballer,
Bruv,
so fair
listen,
enough.
I can't lie, bro. If it's a genuine choice between us and Newcastle, and as much as man can say, Newcastle can offer Champions League football, yeah, for how long? What, for 1 season? Do you get what I'm saying? Because the reality is, yeah, yes, they're in the
Not
Champions
guaranteed.
League. They're not guaranteed to be in the Champions League next season, or the season after that, or the season after that. So, as much as they're in the Champions League this season, they was in the Champions League, yeah, 2 seasons ago, and then they were out of it the following season. So
Yeah, they finished 7th, and then you won FA Cup and booted them out of that.
but this is what I mean. So it doesn't matter. Like, there's nothing guaranteed long term about Newcastle. So I doubt he chooses them just because they're in the Champions League this season. That would be like going to Aston Villa or something and saying, "Oh, because they're in the Champions League." Yeah, but for how long? Do you get it? It's one of them. It doesn't really make sense. So to say that you're going there for Champions League football is a bit naive, isn't it? Do you know what
It'll
I'm
have to
saying?
be a
So
long-term project. I think Newcastle at least got that. Now,
they've
whether
got a
they
decent project, but Newcastle ain't long term. Newcastle are never gonna be able to, because of FFP and PSR. They don't have a big enough fan base. They're not going to be able to go out and spend what United is spending, what Arsenal can spend, what Chelsea can spend. They don't have the fans, bro. Like this.
wouldn't they be able to do that though? Like if they were able to stay consistent and keep getting the consistent UCL money, then that'd be able to give them more money to work with.
Absolutely. That's a big fucking if, mate. Do you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
God, they're still not there yet.
They're not there yet. Do you know what I mean? And Mbuemo
Yeah, because they've had 1 year in the UCL, didn't they?
Yeah, and
they need more.
and a year out. And then where did they finish after that? Like outside, they didn't even make Europa League after that.
They finished 7th. Well, they finished 7th. That would have been conference, and then you knocked them out of that. And then this season, they made it back.
You see what I'm trying to say? So they had 1 year in Europe and then another year out of Europe completely. Now they've got another year in Europe. Until they're in Europe
And
for
they
3
still
years
gotta
in
make
a row.
that back up.
Yeah. Until they're in Europe for 3 years in a row, man can't really take them seriously as a European team. It was the same with Spurs under Poch. I think they made Champions League like 3 years or something like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
2-3 years. 2-3 years.
Like, bro, until you do 2-3 years in Europe back to back, you're not a European team, bro. Like,
I understand
that's
that.
that's just what it is. So it's one of them things where I believe that Newcastle, the project is a promising project, but there's no guarantees with it right now. That's the reality. There's none. The same with Aston Villa. Aston Villa thought they were going to get Champions League
fucked
football
financially now. They put way too many wages up. Now they got to try sell some players.
But there you go. And this is the point. So it's
I
one
think
of
at
them
least
ones.
Newcastle ain't been as naive as Villa, but yeah, same energy with them.
But that's it. And then you look at Forest as well. They were so close. Do you know what I'm saying? To making Champions League football, tailed off in the end. You don't really go to clubs like that until they can prove, multiple times in a row that they can stay in Europe. Especially Champions League.
That makes sense.
Especially how competitive this league is now. You're not really a Champions League team, yeah, until you're doing what Arsenal are doing and finishing second 3 years in a row, or doing what Man City doing, or winning the league or being there or thereabouts. Do you know what I mean? Even Liverpool, like what, a couple seasons ago, they finished below us. They were outside the Champions League. So it's fucking competitive, man. And now Chelsea are in it, and now you lot need to stay in the top 4 now for the next 2 or 3 seasons. You do.
Yep.
Like, nothing's a given in this league, bro. Nothing at all, bro. We saw it.
That's why
We
I'm
saw
saying
it.
bring me the players to make me title contenders. Once I can do title contender talk, then I don't even have to think about it.
Yeah. No,
That's why this
100%.
window is so important for us. There's no excuses. There's no nothing. You've got the UCL money. You've got the Club World Cup money. Because we're in the UCL, we're going to have sponsorship money for next season that we foregoed this season. Don't waste my time. So I don't want to see 84 million for Ekatike or fucking Garnacho links or any of this garbage. Go get me like actual quality players that are ready now for us.
No, 100%. And you're right. United are not a Champions League team. We're not a Champions League team. The point I'm trying to make is neither are Newcastle. Do you get it? Just because you're in the Champions League, it doesn't make you a Champions League team. Until you can qualify for the Champions League at least 3 times in a row, you're not a Champions League team. You're not. If you qualified for 1 season, then you're back out of it again for 2 seasons or a season, then you're not a Champions League team. Champions League teams are in the Champions League every year. At the moment in this country, the only teams that can guarantee Champions League football are Arsenal, Man City, and now you can say Liverpool.
Yeah.
That's it. They're the only teams that can guarantee Champions League. Outside of them
the 3 teams, when you do title talk, they're the first 3 teams you have in there by default.
Absolutely. So
it goes hand in hand.
So if you're not one of those teams, you're not a Champions League team until you prove that you can be in the Champions League for 3 years in a row. Like, you're not. That's the reality. So Aston Villa, Newcastle, all these teams, like, they're not Champions League teams until they can stay there. That's the reality. So I believe United can compete with all of these teams that aren't Champions League teams, because we're not Champions League teams, but at least we have our name. That's what we do have. So even though we can't offer Champions League football, none of the other teams can guarantee it. And that's where the football heritage comes in. That's where it comes in. And that's how Cunha agreed.
That's the perfect way to explain Paul, bruv.
That's it. He agreed to sign for Man United before he knew whether he was in Europe or not.
Did he?
Yeah. That's why we signed him literally the last day of the season it got announced. Because the deal was already in place. He didn't care whether he was in Europe.
I thought you were talking about Mbuemo, my bad.
No, Cunha. And Mbuemo, on the other hand, yeah, and Mbuemo's young, bro. He's 24 or something like that. So if they say they sell the project to him and they say, you know what, next couple of years we'll be playing in the Champions League, you're young, like, come play for Manchester United. He's at Brentford, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's still going to be more attractive than going to a club, yeah, like Newcastle, who are a big club, but they're not bigger than us. That's just it. They're not bigger than us. And they can't really guarantee anything. And neither can we. But we can guarantee that we're Manchester United. We can guarantee that. Do you know what I mean? We can't guarantee nothing else. We can guarantee you the fucking social media followers. We can guarantee you the delusional fucking top red fans that are going to fucking love you. We can guarantee you all that shit. Do you know what I'm saying? But we can't guarantee nothing else. But neither can anyone else. That's the reality. Newcastle can't guarantee Champions League football to anyone after this season. They can't. Because we don't know what they're going to do next season. Villa can't guarantee Champions League.
They're lucky that you beat Villa.
That's it. Thank you. There you go. Or else they were out. Or else they were out. It was that close. We literally got them Champions League football. No one can guarantee it. Chelsea fans would like to think that Chelsea are going to finish in the top 4 next season again, because they should. But they might not. We don't fucking know. No one can guarantee.
I want to not even have to think about it. But if we don't have the good window, we're going to be here again doing top 4 talk.
That's it. And this is it, bro. So no one can guarantee anything. This is the good thing about this window. Everyone needs players and no one can really guarantee anything. So because of that, we're all shopping in the same supermarket, mate. This is what it is. Like, must that Chelsea, Bayern, Man United. We don't want Leao. You can count us out of that. United ain't involved in any of them them foreign kind of
We
signings.
definitely looking at Leao, but the package would be way too much for us.
I
to
think
pay
the
off
only
anyway.
player that we're looking at outside of this league is Edison, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Other than Edison, and maybe a goalkeeper, I don't think we're looking at any of those attacking options outside the league. I think we need a guaranteed amount of goals, and from what I remember, Leao's goals are not like they're not moving me.
This season, it's dried up a bit.
Yeah,
I think he's still got a decent tally, but like compared to the last 2-3 seasons, there's been a drop off. I don't know what the reason for it is specifically, but I remember like looking into his time at Milan this season. They've just said like his end product's not really been the same. So like he's been a lot more like selfish, a lot more like rash with his decision making. Whereas the last couple seasons, it was just flowing perfectly. So who knows? It might be an off campaign or something, but
yeah. But maybe do you think that the pressure of having to be the main guy and lead the team, maybe it's just got to him, bro? Because sometimes players don't really rise to the occasion. Because Milan are a massive club with like a massive reputation, but they don't have massive players.
Maybe, but it would only be a theory from my end. I've only seen a handful of like AC Milan games this season. So I can't say it's like the pressure or anything. Especially with like the last 3 seasons, he's been like their best player or nearabouts. Yeah. So that's like that's a good enough period of time for me to say he could handle that pressure. Just I don't know what's happened this campaign. Don't know.
I hear it. Now big up. He said
like,
what
guarantees want him because it's too much.
I hear it. What guarantees United have? Bro, I just said no one can guarantee anything. This is the beauty of it. Do you know what I'm saying? What we can guarantee is visibility. We can guarantee that. Do you know what I'm saying? I told you, man, when players sign for Manchester United, they know straight away their social media numbers are going to go through the roof. Their sponsorship money is going to go through the roof. It's not just the footballing aspect, it's also the brand aspect. Players know that. Now, we're still a massive club worldwide. Well, we're massive. Do you know what I'm saying? You look at players like Mbeumo as well, African player, bro. On the continent of Africa, we are massive, bro. Like literally, my second and third biggest viewership here is from South Africa and Kenya on this channel. So United, So United are massive. It's UK, United States, South Africa, Kenya, then Canada in that order before everyone else. So we are massive on that continent. So because of that, people need to understand that when people sign for Man United, they don't just sign for Man United, bro. It's everything. It's not just the football. It's not just the football. So that's what Man United can offer. No matter how good or how shit we are, we can offer that. A lot of clubs can't offer that. And I'm sure Chelsea
and also,
on the continent will be similar as well because of all the African players you had.
Yep. Africa, that's our thing. That's our thing. But I was gonna, for players as well. I think there's still a massive pull with the idea of being one of the players that bring Manchester United back to the top.
Absolutely,
and that will still be there for another decade or 2.
Bro, and look at this.
Well, I mean,
this thing from Cunha as well. Yeah, you see this Cunha number 10 thing. Let me tell you something. Yeah, Cunha, and don't get it twisted. Yeah, I'm not comparing these players in it, but Cunha has the arrogance. Yeah, in his head, he wants to be our Eric Cantona. He does. He believes that he's that kind of player. You can see it when he plays for Wolves. And Eric Cantona is my favorite Man United player ever. And Cunha has
that confidence to like carry.
Cunha has that arrogance, bro. Where he's like, give me the ball anywhere, I'm gonna win the game, innit? He's got that about him. He's a Man United player. He is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he really is. So it's one of them things where these are the kind of players that we need to bring. Do you know what I'm saying? These are the kind of players that we need to bring in, bro. Cunha wants to be the guy, bro, to bring Manchester United back to where they belong, innit? He wants to be that guy.
Osimhen say the same thing with us.
But this is it. So don't think that there's not anything attractive about that. There's something very, very attractive, to players about being the guys that are involved.
Because there's an allure to being the guy that brings Man United back up. You're going to be a 100%,
king. 100%. And this guy's a demon, bro. I do like his mentality. I really do like his mentality. So him coming to Manchester United is going to do amazing for his brand. Obviously, he's in the Brazilian team now. Carlos, the new gaffer, he's in the squad. He's probably going to be starting for Brazil now. He plays for Manchester United. I'll be real. It's just like that because who's going to start ahead of him? Richarlison. So this is what I mean. Like, he probably starts for Brazil now. He probably starts for Brazil now and stays in that Brazil lineup at Manchester United, bro. It's massive. Like, when you go to Manchester United, straight away, all of a sudden, yeah, your fortunes change elsewhere. Like, this is what it is. It's not just the team, and Casemiro's back in the squad as well. So yeah, like, it's just one of those things, guys. It's one of them things. Anthony's back in the squad as well, which is mad, but he's in there on merit because he's smashing it up right now at Betis. But literally, moving to Manchester United is going to change your whole life, bro, on and off the pitch. And this is exactly why these players want to join the football club, bro. It's not just about the football side. You'd be naive to think it was.
Nah.
You'd be very naive.
Man United has always been like more, not more, but like, well, now more. It's about the brand and everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So people need to understand that this is what we can offer players. It's not just the football. It's not just the football, and it would be silly. It would be silly to think that it was just purely a footballing decision why teams pick teams like United. It's definitely not. It's definitely not, because they can get the money from outside.
Case, like, against teams that were a clear upgrade from like a footballing perspective, like if it's a Man City or something.
Yeah, 100%, bro. If City came in for him when we went in for him, he goes to Man City. I'm not fucking oblivious to that. You get what I'm saying? I'm not an idiot. But at the same time, if he's got to choose between us, he got linked with Newcastle. There were tentative links with Arsenal, but I don't know how serious those links were. But he was linked. He was linked with Arsenal maybe a few months ago. Like,
are they moving bare indecisive? They don't know who they want right now.
I think they know who they want, but I don't think that the money's there, bro. That's what I think. And the reason why I say that is, I think it's clear what Arsenal need. But when you've got Jesus and Havertz on the money that they're on, if you bring in someone like a Gyökeres, you have to pay him more than Kai Havertz, and Kai Havertz is on about 260. So there's a sticking point there. Do you know what I mean? So you probably need to go and get what's his name? Sesko, because he's on less money. Like, he's going to be cheaper. Even if the fee is going to be expensive, the salary is going to be lower. Like, legit, they probably need to get rid of Jesus or Havertz, really, to make it make sense. It's not just the transfer fee, it's the wages. People forget about the wages. And then also, how is Saka on less than Kai Havertz, bro? There's going to be Saka's going to knock on the door soon and say, yo, I've been here for 5 years. How's this pussy on more money than me? And rightly so, because he's their Mo Salah, so he should be on that money. Do you get what I'm saying? So 260 Gabby Jesus, 285 Kai Havertz, and Saka's on less than both of them. So that can't last.
And Saliba wants the contract. They're in contract talks with him.
Well, there you go. So they're gonna have to give Saliba more money to stop him from walking away.
Then Gabriel's contract's expiring too.
Thank you. See, so when people look at transfer fees, it's not just can you afford the transfer fee, it's also the salary. And that's what I think the sticking point is for Arsenal. I think they can afford to buy whoever they want, but the salary is going to be the sticking point for them. Because really, they should be signing a number 9 and a left winger. They should be, but I don't think they have the wages for that. So, Saka's got his new deal already. He's going to get it in the summer. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. It was always coming. 300k for Saka. Well, there you go. And he's on 195 at the minute, but they're probably going to give him a pay rise. They have to, which means there's even less money to spend now. So they need to get rid of the 285 or the 260. And this is it. So I think that Arsenal can afford to go buy players, but I think the wage is going to be the sticking point. Gyökeres ain't signing for them on less than what Kai Havertz is on. So you're going to have to give Gyökeres 300 as well.
Fucking hell.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, to be fair, we've called this for years, though.
Yeah.
So from the start, you made him your highest earner. You're going to pay for that.
It's mental. Do you know what I mean? So
Saliba, Saka, Gabriel, all of them are looking at it. Saliba's the Ornstein tweet literally said Saliba wants a wage that's reflective of like his status within the team.
When did he say that? I didn't even see that.
That was on Ornstein tweeted that like a month ago or something.
There you go. So this summer's this summer's looking a bit spooky for these man.
Here it is. France defender happy at Arsenal, but will want terms reflecting status amid Real Madrid pursuit. AKA, he's looking at Havertz and Jesus and saying, "I want more than them."
See, I didn't even know
begins.
that. I didn't even know that. It's common sense. That's what Bruno done to us. So I'm not going on like we're immune from it because Bruno done the same.
I remember people tried to cook us for calling this out months ago. I remember we dropped someone the clips like, "Oh, you lot don't know about Arsenal's finances." Here you are.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like literally, Bruno done the same thing to us. He said, "Hold on, what you gave Rashford a new 300k Rashford? I'm on 240. Mount's on 250. No.
Mm-hmm.
Then Bruno got his 300. This is what happens at every football club. So I'm not even laughing at Arsenal because same thing happened to us. Do you know what I mean? It happens to everyone. So this is why the way Chelsea.
That's why I'm kind of glad with the structure that we got.
Chelsea's structure is the best structure because everyone's got just enough to be happy. That's it. And if you want more, you have to perform.
Yep, everyone just got 20-30% pay rise just because we got top 4. You perform well in games, you'll get even more than that.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, win some trophies, you'll probably get some more bonuses. How about that?
100%. So the
like
fact
before
that
we had Kante on 260k a week and he was injury prone as fuck. Timo Werner on like 290 or something like that. We had Havertz and Pulisic and Kepa on 150.
Yeah.
What other ones? It was a bunch of garbage wages, absolute garbage wages. I'm glad we've like cut off our wage structure by like 2/3 since then, all while improving the squad levels above the squad that we had when we finished 12.
Oh yeah. You've definitely improved the squad in terms of depth, but I think that you're short on quality.
Yeah, because there's too many like we have to wait for them to grow sort of players.
Yeah, there's too many players on a similar level in it, and I think that that's okay for the bulk, but you still need your outliers in the squad. Like you need them.
That's why I need it now because they've got enough for a top 4 team. You go and get me those outliers who are ready now, and then that's the difference between us being here again or going for the title. Exactly that.
Man said, do you guys think Rodrigo negotiations are serious? With who, Brian? I don't think Rodrigo's leaving. Personally, as a player, when a new manager comes in, you kind of want to hear what he's got planned before you even think about leaving. I'll be honest. Especially if you're a player like Rodrigo, because just the role that you had under the last manager might not be the role under the new manager. So I don't think he makes a decision about his future until he speaks to Alonso. So I don't think he'll know whether he wants to stay or leave yet. And he'll be more closer to staying at the moment. I think the only way he says, yeah, I want to leave is if Alonso says, you're not in my plans. And who the fuck says that to Rodrigo, blood? So, I don't know, bro.
I don't know either. This just seems like Rodrigo's name's being thrown around with everybody.
Agreed.
And I don't even think we'll get anything like properly confirmed until after the Club World Cup. So
yeah, I agree.
And I don't know what's gonna happen with him. I really don't.
This comment here saying why can't we sign superstars like Rodrigo? It's not that we can't sign superstars like Rodrigo. It's irresponsible to sign superstars like Rodrigo. I was literally having this conversation with Traps in the group chat this morning, maybe about a few hours ago. He was like, yo, like a lot of fans are getting excited by the Cunha move, and like he's not Florian Wirtz or whatever. And I said, bro, like we're not at the stage where we should be looking at players at that level. Like we need to humble ourselves and understand that we're not at the stage where we're qualifying for the Champions League every year. So we can't attract elite players. And even we can, but we'd have to pay over the odds for them. And it's irresponsible trying to sign these players. Because what the fuck can you offer them? Do you know what I'm saying? Like trying to run before you crawl, bro, is that's how you end up in even more debt. That's how we ended up where we are now. When we should have been signing players, to get back into European spaces, we are fucking signing the Varans, and putting them on 300k and signing the Casses and putting them on 300k when we should have been signing probably younger players, that were a decent level that could help us get up the table and were Premier League proven, and we could have saved a lot of money, bro. Like we've been mad irresponsible before under the Glazers. Like when we're out of the Champions League, they just throw money at the problem and think that money's gonna fix it, bro. Like, so even though we can attract these players, what we'll have to do to attract them, it's not worth it long term. It's just not worth it, bro. So it's not like we can't attract Rodrigo. We could still attract him, but we'd have to use a lot of money to fucking attract him because we can't guarantee him Champions League football.
Yep.
So it's not worth it, bro. That's the honest
Completely
truth. It's not worth
understand
it. Like, it's an ego thing for fans. But the reality is it doesn't make business sense in it. And football is a business. So literally trying to go and get like a Rodrigo and that, like, those are not the conversations we should be in right now. Go get an Mbuemo. That's our level right now. Our level is not Rodrigo, bro. Like, we're not where Liverpool or Man City are right now. We're not there. And it's okay to not be there. It's okay to not be there. Like, we'll be in that conversation when we get our asses back into the Champions League. Until then, we don't deserve to be in those conversations.
Yeah,
That's it.
like, and if you're trying to fix up the wage structure, it's just completely doing the reverse of that. So I hear it.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to go backwards to go forward. Like, I want to believe, yeah, that this season that we went through to this year was for something. Because if this season is for nothing, I'm absolutely fucking livid, mate. You know what I'm saying? Like, finishing 15th in the league, getting battered every week, that has to mean something.
Yeah, you
It
can't
has
be
to
back
mean
here
something.
again next
We
season.
can't be
cannot.
back here again, bro. Like, it has to be for something, you know? So it's one of them ones where, bro, if we go and sign the right players, Premier League proven, we're gonna be where we're supposed to be at the end of next season, regardless of who the manager is, because I don't believe, yeah, that it's possible to not score goals if you've got a front three of Mbuemo, fucking Cunha, and say Mateta or Delap or something like that, with Ahmad on one of the flanks, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Or even Xerxes up front with Cunha and Mbuemo. If we get Cunha and Mbuemo, Xerxes gets like 20 assists in the Prem, no problem, with them two players in the team. No problem. He gets them in his sleep.
The interplay would be absolutely
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, because you're not passing it to fucking Rasmus, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Man said, if United get Mateta and Mbuemo, should that be enough to seal top four? We need one more. We need one more attacker. And also, United's biggest problem is our midfield balance, bro. Like, everyone's overlooking it. Like, I want to keep Casemiro, and we still need two midfielders as well. We still need two. So if we get two midfielders, we get them three attackers, and we got a new goalkeeper, I'll be expecting top four. And if we don't get it, whoever's the manager at that time will be held accountable, because not having 2 games a week, we've seen that it can be advantageous for a lot of teams. It was for Newcastle this season. It has been for Chelsea in the past. It has been for other teams in the past. If you get it right, you can close the gap. You can absolutely close the gap. So we just need to see, man. We just need to see, bro. We just need to see, bro. Midfield's a massive issue. What are you saying about your midfield, though? Do you know what I mean? Some people are saying that you still need. What's the deal with Dewsbury Hall? Do you think you're going to move him on? Because I've been hearing people say that they think that you're going to move him on. He's only been there 1 season.
Yeah, but like, that was a pointless transfer. Maresca didn't even ask for him. Now we've got Andre Santos, we've got Asugo coming back, and maybe Ugo Chukwu. There's no room. There's no room for him. So, like, look, enjoy the Conference League and all of that. Take the medal, and yeah, best of luck. That block in the last minute against Forest basically won us a Champions League football. So big up, man. No hard feelings, but yeah, you gotta go this summer.
You don't even think you need to replace him? Just move him on.
No, I don't want us to buy another midfielder for another 5 years. We're done. Lavia, Enzo, Santos, Ugo Chukwu, Asugo. I'm done. I don't need another midfielder. The midfield's the one area that's just don't touch. So just let Dewsbury Hall go. Whatever club he wants, big up. But we all good.
I hear it. Man said we need a decent sized squad next season. The minimum for me has to be a cup double and Champions League qualification. I'm even saying the title like Napoli. Nah, bro, listen. We don't need it. When I say decent size, bro, we are always gonna have a decent bench anyway, because we're Man United, bro. Like, we got a decent bench now. We only need 16 players of the level, and then the rest can be academy players like Collier and stuff like that. You can include Cobby and academy players as well, bro. We don't need a massive squad, bro. Like, we do not, bro. Like, look at Newcastle. They made Champions League. They don't have a massive squad. Outside of their starting 11, it's all like they're good players, but they're not world beaters, bro. Like, I
One
believe,
game a week is a crazy advantage.
that's it. If we get Champions League qualification, then the extra players that you bring in to attack the Champions League with that extra money, that's when you start trying to bring in a world class or 1 or 2 world class players. Once you know you've got Champions League and you know you've got that money there, then you bring in some real quality, because you're not signing depth. Do you know what I mean? You're signing guys to take you to the next level. But I think that you need to recruit in stages, man. I think a lot of football fans get ahead of themselves and they want to do everything in one window. Do you know what I'm saying? And you just can't. Like, you can't and you shouldn't. It's mad irresponsible. Because what happens if you go and shell out on a Rodrigo or something like that, and then he gets injured, and then you don't make Champions League? You still got his wages. You promised him Champions League. He didn't get Champions League. So now man's sulking. Like, it's all, bro, it's long. Like, you can't be out here making promises to players, man. They always say in business, you got to undersell and over deliver, bro. Like, with a player like Rodrigo, to get him to come to the club, he's going to want certain assurances, bro. And Man United can't offer assurances to anyone. So now we just got to get players here where it's a step up for them, where they're just happy to be here. You get me? Like, that's it. They're just happy to be here because we're Man United.
And then when you get top 4, you fill in the gaps that need to be filled in.
There you go. Then you go to players and say, cool, we got Champions League football now. Come and join the project. Do you know what I'm saying? But they're not phase 1 players. If this is phase 1 of the project, you have to sign phase 1 players. Delap is a phase 1 player, and Buemo's a phase 1 player. Cunha's a phase 1 player. Cunha's a bit different because Cunha has played at a higher level than Wolves. Like, he's played for Atletico. So Cunha's not, he's a weird profile. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he's played Champions League already. So he's a weird profile. But for the most part, you're going to be signing players where United's the biggest club they've ever played for. So it's just, it's just one of them things. We have to understand where we are now. And at Leipzig as well. So, you know what I mean? He's experienced. He's experienced, man. So we have to be patient. It's hard as football fans to be patient because we want everything now. But it's not a fucking video game. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not a video game. And
bro, 20 players, do the financial takeovers and that.
That's it. 20 players is a big squad, bro. Do you know what I mean? And you need to understand, when you don't have European football, it's considerably less games. And if you're trying to get rhythm as a manager, you're not changing it too much. So there's going to be a lot of players that ain't getting minutes, bro. And then you've got unhappy players. It doesn't make sense. The bulk of these rotational players need to be academy players, or they need to be players that know that they're squad players. They need to know that. And it's difficult at a team like Man United to have players that know that they're squad players, bro. Football's changed. Back in the day when we had the O'Shea's and the West Browns and them, and even these guys man's mentioning, were bought for very cheap, or they came through the academy, and the academy players were the squad players. Now you lot want all the academy players to start. Everyone thinks Cobby should be starting. That he's a rotational player. He should be a rotational player, but people think he should be starting. And this is the problem.
Academy tax and all that.
Yeah, this is the problem. Academy players used to be the guys there to make up the numbers, They used to be the guys that were happy to be there and would bleed for the badge. Now you got these academy players. You give them 10 starts, and if they're not playing, these men want to leave. Like, they want to go somewhere else. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not... Football's not the same no more. Like, these men are not just happy to be here no more. So, it's one of them things where...
the fans start glorifying them from early.
Yeah, same with Garnacho. Garnacho came off the bench, scored a few goals. All of a sudden, give him the number 7. This is what these fans do. This is what these football fans do. These guys are meant to be rotational squad players that come in to help the team and then go back to sitting on the bench and training and helping to keep everyone sharp. Do you know what I mean? Same. That's it. Aiden Heaven as well is one of these things. Like, he's a rotational player. He's a very good player. But Aiden Heaven is not supposed to start He's
It's
not
like
supposed to
Achimpong with
start
us.
even.
Great
Yeah,
prospects, same energy.
yeah. He's not supposed to start 10 Premier League games next season. He's not meant to.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like maybe he should start 3 or 4, maybe in the whole season. And that's
That's
if
why,
we're
if
down
anything,
to a
I'm
bit.
more great. That's why one of the only positives that we've had with the conference league, we just thrown it to the academy. We've used it to give the likes of Tyreek George, Josh Achimpong, Shim Waker a bunch of minutes and let them get more comfortable playing at the top level.
Exactly.
And now they look a lot better than they did when they first joined us.
That's it. And this is the problem with a lot of football fans. Like they see a guy and they see promise, and straight away they start putting man in 11s and stuff. Nah, man, let these guys develop as players and use them sparingly. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I'd say with that. Chelsea have definitely entered the race for Ekitike. Intends to stand firm on 100 million euros or he stays. Bomba clot, bro.
Word to Isak, mate. Off your pop.
He's a player, though. I can't lie. He is a player, but that is mental.
Not that amount. Like
mental,
he looks like he's got tech. He looks like a good player, but I'm just what I've seen not moved. Nowhere near for that amount.
I hear it. 100 million euro. But you know what? Yeah, the going rate for strikers are mad. But that's why, guys, I don't know why man are turning their nose up at the lap, like, because they're saying 30 million for the lap. And
bro, I've been deep in like Sesko and the amount they're asking, and then Ekitike, and I'm thinking, hey, you know what? 30. Fuck
bro,
it.
how much for Sesko? Sesko's gonna cost at least 60,
67
right?
67 mil.
Yeah. You see that? 60 for him. Man are talking about Ekitike. That's about 80 million pounds, 100 million euros. And you're saying you can give me the lap for 30 M's. Brother, run me the lap. And then I got the lap and Xerxes as my strikers. Thank you very much, mate. Brilliant.
Sorry, 84 mil on Ekitike. Piss off. Like, genuinely piss off. I don't want that.
65 million pounds for
Sesko, I'm good. Oh, Gyökeres, throw the money at him. Osimhen, throw the money at him. Fine. I don't mind that. Not Ekitike and not Sesko. I'm good. Delap, at least, you know what? It's fair value for money. I see it. The other two, man, I can't be bothered for it.
They're saying Sesko's only on 12 goals. What, in the Bundesliga? Are you sure? Only 12? If that's true, that's crazy.
I'll have a look.
That's actually nasty work if that's the truth.
You're on 13.
Oh, 13 now. Yeah.
13
you see what
goals.
I'm saying? 13 goals in that league, bro, and they want that much money. I'm telling you, it's a bump. But I think he ends up at Arsenal, Sesko.
Overall, he got 21 goals, 6 assists in all comps. To be fair, isn't a terrible tally, but
no. Yeah, it's mental.
I don't know. Every time I watch Sesko, I'm not really that moved.
Yeah, I'm not moved. I think he's shy, and I've seen him play for the national team as well. Like, and he's not moving, bro. I know it's not a great national team, but you're supposed to stand out.
At least I know Ekitike, he is good on the ball and everything. I don't rate his shot selection. I don't think he's going to be great against low blocks, and he seems too lightweight for me.
Does Ekitike kind of fall into the young prospect thing, though? Like, when I watch him play, he kind of falls into that for me. I don't think he's near his final form. I think he's a player that's finding himself. Do you get it?
I could hear that. But that's even more the reason why 84 million is ridiculous.
But that's where I am. Like, when I look at the lap here for 30 mil, Ekitike is not like 3 times the player that the lap is. Like, do you know what I'm saying? He's not. Like, this, it doesn't make sense. He's a quality player, but fuck me, it's too much.
He looks like the Premier League would just eat him alive. At least with Delap, like, I know he can handle himself against like the defenders and with the pace of the league. Like, at least there's like certain things I know I'm gonna get with him. Ekitike, I'm just, especially for that amount, I'm expecting a starter, a guaranteed start. I don't even know with that one. So I was like, nah. Osimhen's still the first choice. Gyökeres, but it'll be the lap as a third, or maybe even Mateta before the other two.
I hear it. I think the lap chooses by the end of the week. I don't think he has to choose by the end of the week, but I'm kind of optimistic that we could still get the lap still. I think we could still get him. I think that they're over kind of stating the Champions League desires, bro. I think our proximity to what he's used to and where he grew up. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that plays a part. I know he's got relationships with people at Chelsea. He's also got relationships with people at Manchester United. So I
Joe
think it is
Shields and all that.
yeah, I think it's between our two clubs. I think we can get him just because we're in Manchester as well. I think that could swing it, bro. I think that could swing it for us, man. And I haven't
That's
seen
why
any
I think it comes
serious
down
links.
to us. Because
Yeah.
like you guys still, I think we still might have the upper hand on you because we got the UCL football now.
Oh, for
but
sure.
I can't knock the Manchester factor either. So like that could play a part. And the fact like he might, if it's not Xerxes, he's walking into the starting 11. Or maybe they even play together. I don't know.
Yeah, they can play. They can both play.
Then then that could even work too.
Yeah, they could both play. Now that's what I mean. So even though like if he goes to Chelsea, he definitely plays. You know what I mean? He definitely plays. Jackson gets dropped.
Yeah.
He gets dropped anyway. But I think our geography and just where we are, I think we got an advantage. So it's one of them things. It's one of our clubs, isn't it? And I haven't seen us seriously linked with another striker, which tells me the fact that you're being linked with Ekatike, that kind of sounds like that ain't your first choice anyway.
There's all three of them, like Ekatike, Sesko, and Delap, are our main options. Although it seems like we're leaning more and more towards Delap. Just because like I can't envision us spending 84 million, and I cannot be bothered for a transfer saga over this. We need players in now. I can't be bothered to drag this throughout the summer.
Yeah, I hear it.
Last season we did it long enough with Osimhen. We didn't get the player. The year before we nearly fumbled the Caicedo transfer by doing the same thing. Fuck all that. Just get me the players in now.
I hear it. What's this? What player is this? Arsenal have offered what striker? What player is this? That can't be a big player because that's not a lot of wages, bro. 112. No,
sounds like Sesko.
Yeah, it must be Sesko because it can't be anyone else. Like, and like I said,
Sesko's on 69k.
Yeah, I already said that's why I think Arsenal will get Sesko. Yeah, is because the wages, bro. Yeah, Sesko. It's because of the wages. They're not offering Gyökeres
91k. He's on 91k.
They're not offering Gyökeres 112k, bro. That's impossible. Why would they offer him that? That's not right.
No way he's taking like a third of what Havertz is on.
Yeah, no way, bro. That's got to be Sesko. You know what I mean? It can't be Gyökeres. They couldn't offer Gyökeres 100 grand. You'll laugh at that, bro. You want at least double that. So, you know what I mean? And how old is Gyökeres? You can't offer him a 5-year deal. Isn't Gyökeres like 26 or something like that?
I think so. Yeah, he is 26. He's about to be 27.
You ain't
going to be
offering
27
no 27-year-old. You ain't giving no 27-year-old a 5-year deal and 100 grand. What? Surely that's the wrong name, guys. Surely it's Sesko, man. Do you know what I mean? Hey, brother. Hey, what? See, I told you the Arsenal ain't got money like that for the wages. Like, bro, what? That's not making sense. A 5-year deal, 100 grand for a 26-year-old. That's not making sense. I can't lie. It's disrespectful. Ain't he like the top scorer in Europe or something?
Second. I think Mbappe's first.
Hey, bro, you need to sell some players, man. I'll be real. You need to sell some players. That's nasty.
Good luck, man.
Yeah, that's
Berto's looking peak.
Yeah, that's nasty, bro. Like, this is what I'm saying. The wages are a real issue. 112k. The Bears got 70 GA, man said, and you offered him 112k is mental. That's probably all you can afford to offer him. So you need to get rid of some.
Yeah, because Saliba and Saka want their money, man.
Yeah, bro. Jesus with his bus knees is on 265, and you offered Gyökeres 112k. Nah, it can't.
That's exactly why I said the Arteta project died when they brought in Kai Havertz. They just killed it, short term and long term.
Man, nah, bro. A 5-year deal for a 27-year-old. What? Like, nah, surely not. Do you know what I mean? Like, this ain't making sense. Do you know what I mean? Unless it's not really a 5-year deal. You know what I'm saying? And it's 3 years, and they're gonna pay that money over. Like they're gonna flip the money. They have to split the money in half because they ain't got it. Like, nah, this is nasty. It's looking bad. It's looking
All right, there
bad,
better
bro.
be some nasty bonuses on that. Otherwise, you need to
Yeah,
sack your
that's looking
agent.
like that Wenger 40 million plus £1 and that, bro. For Luis Suarez, it's looking like that, bro. That's mental.
Unbelievable, man.
No,
Yeah,
listen,
you man just gonna end up with Sesko if
you're gonna
even
end up
that.
with Cesco for sure, man. If that's
Or,
your,
or
if
even or even worse, you could end up with Nkunku. Because I
yeah,
forgot Fabrice Hawkins said that Arsenal wanted
ooh,
him. Fabrice
ooh.
Hawkins, that's like tier 0 for the French brothers. So
I
hey,
heard that. Do you
60
think that
million
that's
down the
real?
drain and Nkunku scores again. Let's go.
Do you think so? Do you think that that could actually happen though?
I beg. Only
No.
because, right, they've done it before. They bought Kai Havertz unwarranted off us when we finished 12th and he was one of the worst strikers in the Prem. So, like, I can't even write them off doing this stupidness again because they've
Yeah.
done it. They made him their highest earner off a 12th place season and he got 8 league goals. One was a pen. So, like, they could,
Damn.
and they're welcome to it. I accept whatever the first offer is. Let him go.
Yeah,
Sorry, like
nasty,
people like,
but...
oh, Nkunku could cook at another club. I am not worried in this league. I'm not worried.
Yeah, I think that Bundesliga tax, bro, is up for collection, bruv. You know what I'm saying?
If he went to Italy, if he went back to Germany, I'd be like, you know what, he might be able to get himself back up into form. The
Yeah.
Prem, no, way too quick for him, way too intense, way too strong. He can't handle it.
That's what I'm saying. So look, that's what I'm
Sesko
saying.
and Gyökeres, no.
Yeah,
He
so
ain't
he's talking to both of them. So he's probably going to offer them the same deal, and whoever takes it, you know them, because that sounds like a Cesco deal they've offered him. Now they're saying the striker is expected to receive a signing bonus of 12 million annual salary, the 5-year contract. So yeah, basically, you probably ain't got the money. You don't have the bandwidth to give him the big wages. So maybe you're going to pay him some of the money up front, and then he'll take lower wages. That would make more sense. The 112 grand a week would make more sense. Maybe that's all they can afford to pay him on the books, and they're going to give him a signing on fee or something like that to make up for the rest of the money, is what I'm taking from this. That would make a little bit more sense. A little bit more sense. You know what I'm saying? But
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll see, innit? We'll absolutely see about that. But I believe they're going to end up with Cesco just because of the wages. I think that Gyökeres, wherever he goes, he's going to demand at least 200 grand a week.
Yep, and more power to him for doing that. Arsenal won't be able to afford that crap. They'll have to go for the cheaper option, or they just don't get a striker again.
It's his last big contract, bro. When you're in your late 20s, especially when you're a striker and you've got those kind of numbers, then yeah, it's one of them things where like you want the big dough, innit? That's the kind of way Osimhen is as well. They want the big dough.
Mario Gila, I've never heard of this guy.
Yeah, I have no idea who this guy is either. I'm
Spanish
assuming he's a
brother,
right side
24 years
centre back.
old. He looks a little
Are
bit
you
like
cool
Bruno.
are you cool with what do you call him now? With Colwell next season, starting as your left centre back. You just need a partner for him now. Are you sold?
More experienced partner next to him, I'd still prefer, but yeah, he's had a good end to the season. The thing is, like, look, it's still a bit of a cliffhanger for me. Let's see how we do in the Club World Cup. Let's see how we do going into next season. But I still need us to get an experienced centre back, and then like maybe like you could retain that form from Colwell with that. But for now, like it's just a good. He's been on a very good run, and I don't think I'd say too much more than just that. Club World Cup will tell us a lot though, because I have a quiet bit of optimism for that. Just because I look at a lot of the teams there, I don't think we're going to deal with as much like defensively minded, like compact low blocks like we've dealt with in the Prem. We'll probably have a lot more like open games or teams trying to come out and play direct against us, which suits us. We're better playing direct. So if we make the right transfers, I will have a lot of confidence for that Club World Cup. I already think we're going to have a good showing of ourselves regardless. Like make the right transfers early, we can actually do something in this tournament. I want that trophy. 4 years of having a Club World Cup medal on our chest. Run me that. That is an unbelievable flex.
No, facts. I hear it, man. Man said Al Hilal made a final offer to Bruno. Bruv, guys, we got Red Talk with Flawless later on. You know what I mean? I'm gonna see if this picks up, and then we'll definitely discuss that then. But we have to cash in on him. And the manager's come out saying how important he is for the rebuild, man. Fuck your rebuild. You know what I'm saying? Like, sell Bruno, fam. Sell him. 100 million. If we could get 100 million for Bruno Fernandes, fucking sell him, bro. Watch the manager cry. I don't care, bro. You know what I'm saying?
How much were they ask? Or how much are they offering for him?
100 mil. That's what I'm hearing. 100 mil we'll
Oh,
get.
fucking
And
hell.
they're giving him a 200 mil contract.
Yeah, cash the fuck
Brother,
in.
run me that 100 mil, brother. ASAP. You get me? So, yeah, man, it's one of them ones. Run me that money. And then we can go and get Mbuemo and a striker and another midfielder, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Another couple midfielders. I'll be honest, bro. Because if they want 50 million euros or 50 million for Edison, brother, we can slap down Edison money. Man could even do an Edison thing and get a Wharton as well if we get 100 M's, bro. Run me the money. What are you talking about? Run me the money. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of him, mate. So, yeah, and you know these man are saying, you know them ones. Man said he's got to make a decision. These man don't wait, you know, because they want to know. So hopefully we're gonna find out before the end of the week. I'd love it if he takes the money, though, man. I can't
Big
lie. I
week.
think
Delap and Bruno's decisions.
that's it.
Damn.
I think we need a fresh start, mate, as a club. You know what I'm saying? Get him out.
Yeah, like proper rebuild, man. I hear it.
Yeah, bro. Now's the time to do it, man. Now's the time to do it. The club's already had the worst season in modern history. Yeah, bro. Listen, why not just go all out and just have a proper rebuild? Has to be done.
Yeah, damn right. Damn
So,
fucking
yeah,
right.
like, it is what it is. Chelsea reportedly have 176 million worth of forward talent on their radar, and also looking at a player in another position as they could be tempted to sell their current starter there. That's
What a
mad
think
cryptic.
piece.
That's
Yeah,
proper
man.
cryptic. You know them ones there, like, get
We
out
could
of it,
be
man.
tempted to sell to bring in someone for this position
Mm.
if we sell someone in this position.
Yeah,
I'm
mad
just waiting
cryptic.
for like any transfer out to tell you I was correct. I'm good.
Yeah, it's cryptic as fuck, man. You know what I mean? Man, don't know about all that, man. But you lot make sure that you subscribe to Lewis's channel. The link is in the title, man. We're gonna be back for Red Talk later on with Flawless. So yeah, we'll specifically be focusing on United. And yeah, Lewis closing in on 60k, bruv. So you lot make sure that you're supporting over there. What you got coming up, my bro?
Yeah, man. Conference League final preview later today. Chelsea versus Real Betis. And then tomorrow we got the watch along because I am not finding any routes into Poland. So
I hear it. Oh, what is the game tomorrow?
Yeah, finals tomorrow.
Oh shit, we will be there, people. I forgot. You know what I mean? Say no more.
Yeah,
We
bro.
will
I'm
be
looking
there.
forward to it. We'll see if this Anthony shit is like real or not. We'll find out.
Were you telling me about Sancho before you rap? Is he staying? Or is he going, bruv? Do you know what I mean? I see people seeing him celebrating, a man saying, bro, I don't know why you're celebrating. You ain't going to be there, kind of thing.
Yeah, that one's peak still. But
yeah,
I don't know. Like, now we've got top 5. Part of me thinks we will keep him. So I'm not really that fussed regardless. Like, I know what Sancho will bring for us, but it's also just like, if I look at the season as a whole, I haven't seen enough. I just haven't seen enough. And I do think as well, similar with Neto, you get a proper striker, you'll get more out of him. That's why I can't write him off. And I don't think he's garbage. I think there's attributes that he does bring to the team, but I just haven't. It's not been a great overall season. And like, I need to just see a
similar
bit more
to Rashford's loan to Aston Villa, where it's like neither players really pulled up trees in it. So it's like,
yeah,
have they done enough or have they not? And it's not even that Sancho's not a good player. That's why he ain't done enough. But it's like his performances aren't really performances that really stand out. They don't catch the eye in it. So it's decent. It's difficult sometimes to judge him in games.
Yeah, like I just feel like there's been too many games where I've seen him just slow down everything. And like again, maybe that will change with a striker. Maybe. So I ain't gonna write it off just yet. But for now, like if they were to send him back, I couldn't be too angry with it. I couldn't because he's just not done enough. If they keep him, cool, we'll see who he's got next season. But I'm very indifferent with what we do with him.
I hear it. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Big up everyone inside. Let me know who's live as well, people. You know what I mean? Let's get these lights up. The ratios aren't ratio. We ain't even hit 500 yet, and we've had like 1,600 in here, bruv. So yeah, the ratios are not looking good, mate. You know what I mean? So let's get those up. Who's live that we can bless with a redirect as well?
Sam Dan Potts, I think Daps is live on his City channel. We're the South
fair.
Sound and all that.
Say no more. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Big up everyone inside though, man. Big up everyone inside. It's been a lit show. You know, big up Lewis for passing through. Drop a Rants raid in the chat, people, and then yeah, man. Tonight we go again, bruv. 6 o'clock.